country in the world. This is impressive.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and just about ready to roll.
Here you go, 368. Here you go, 368. There's a punt.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And incomplete to open things up.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Here you go, 368. Here you go, 368. There's up.
2nd and 10. Dalton once more. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
5-0.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And Dalton to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Dancing to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
We're good. 368.
Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. With a first touchdown of Super Bowl 53. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Rodgers now on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 57 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now they try the right side here. And able to work his way down to the 16. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. And he fires one incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
Now it's Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
We're good. 368.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere.
There you go, 368.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5.
368. There you go, 368.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Sanders has it over the middle. 3 catches for him now in this first quarter of the Super Bowl.
Someone's sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Steps away to his left. Finding room inside the 40. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football, and they've got it here with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here you go, 368! 368!
It's second down. Dalton looking. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
368!
Dalton throwing on second down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long.
368!
Dalton here from the gun. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. We'll give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
To throw is Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Rodgers off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And again, it's Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's it.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for L.A. 51 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Being chased out left. Over the middle here to Brown. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He may try and run for this. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. He'll get it up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And the 49ers going to take another timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
368!
Operating from the gun, Dalton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And Rosas puts this one through. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. You end up having to take 3 there.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. The halftime show, quite a spectacle, but it's back to football for the second half of Super Bowl 53. Returning it, John Ross. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now he'll throw deep left side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here you go, 368.
To throw again, Dalton. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. To throw on 3rd down, Dalton. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now here's Ross. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They'll always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They will run again with Coleman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Here's throw caught at about the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. As his guys are in for 6. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will tie things up at 13. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Forced out to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Dalton. He's going to air one out. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Get reset. Hey, easy. Hey, zoom.
Throwing again. Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And that's incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now Rodgers. And it's caught. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. John Brown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Bryant's extra point up and good. Back now here on EA Sports, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Now it's Duke Johnson here on the return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shalik Calhoun able to get him for a loss of about 3.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 more there and another 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And that'll be incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
368.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. Steps away to his left. For 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought they were able to turn that into a positive gain. Escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Alex Anzalone in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, check 26.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, where y'all going?
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to John Brown to the right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
That's fine, yeah.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Coleman has it here right side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards on the play.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Coleman. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up second and 13. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
We are going.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Niners on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be third and 13.
319. Inside.
And they, in fact, will throw it. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be fourth down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. With it is Brown. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing that.
Absolutely. Oh, now I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Being chased out left. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the San Francisco 49ers will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be.